The following video is a reenactment of actual events. This video documents events as they actually unfolded on February the 6th, Monday, 2023. Names have been changed to protect the innocent. It was a fairly typical January morning. Clear, cool, and -3 degrees. I was just finishing feeding the birds, and I had already let the horses out. Now Luna and I were doing our typical morning walk to the back of the property.
What have we got here? What have we got here?
I crouched low to get a better look at the crime scene. There was quite a scattering of large gray feathers. No markings on them per se. I decided to get into the forensics, and I brought my camera out to take some pictures.
Well, I forgot my magnifying glass, but I realize I can use my binoculars in reverse to get a detailed look at the feathers. Oh yes, indeed. Very nice. Solid gray in coloration. Appear to be chest feathers, perhaps, based on their plumosity and retrocy development. Now for some measurements. Luckily, being the handyman that I am, I brought my trusty tape measure along. Two and a half inches. Same for that one. Yeah, they're about 2.5 inches in length, these feathers here, some approaching 3 inches, a few smaller ones. I want to mention too, yesterday there were many more feathers here, so I can't totally do an accurate reenactment, but there were many more feathers here. That's why it looks a little underwhelming today. Document a few of these feather lengths here. Well, that's got me a bit stumped. I'm not sure what large bird around here has solidly gray feathers like that at this time of year. The only really large birds we have commonly here right now are barred owls, ruffed grouse. Both of those have very barred feathers. They have a lot of markings on the feathers, stripes and speckles and things. Then we have wild turkey, which are a big bird, but their feathers are very dark and striped as well, and often metallic or shimmering in appearance, so that doesn't match a wild turkey feather. Ravens are all black, so obviously not a raven. And other birds that are gray typically aren't here right now, like great blue herons. Now it just hit me. There is a bird around here that's largely gray on at least one part of its body, and that's the northern goshawk. And we actually had those nesting here for a couple years, a few years ago, and there have been sporadic sightings of them recently by some neighbors of mine. Oh geez, I hope it wasn't a goshawk that got killed. If it was, I don't know how it would have been killed. They're a big hawk, big powerful hawk. Now my neighbors did say they heard great horned owls hooting around here lately, which I don't typically hear very much of at all in this area. They're more common to the south of here, off the Granite Shield area. So I wonder if the goshawk had actually been roosting out here somewhere this winter, whether a great horned owl might have attacked it while it was roosting at night, captured it and brought it out here and killed it and ate part of it. Seems a little unlikely, but the other scenario would be that the goshawk injured itself, fell to the ground, couldn't fly, and then maybe a coyote or a fox found it, a raccoon, and then got it and killed it and ate it. Well, I hope that's not the case. Goshawks are rare, and I hate to see them being lost like that. I'm not sure. Every other bird I can think of around here is either too small or too colorful or just not the right size and shape of feather because of the sizes of the birds. So I'm not sure what else it would be. Got me stumped. What's that up there? Something else. Maybe related to what I just saw earlier this morning. Let's go check it out. Oh yes, looks like the same bird, same color of feathers. Better stake out the crime scene here. Got to keep track of all the forensic information. So this last bit of video here out on the old pond showing the feathers again, you might have noticed in this video the foot is missing, and so that changed overnight. Something came and stole the foot, so I was lucky to find that yesterday to at least give me the biggest clue as to what this was. Upon closer inspection of the leg and foot, there was one notable characteristic that led me to finding the identification of this bird, and that is the fact that it has webbed feet. You can see in this picture between the toes there is definite webbing, and this is characteristic of waterfowl species, ducks and geese. So being a large bird with a very large foot, I'm led to the conclusion that this is a goose, likely a domestic goose, probably from a local farm somewhere nearby. It's an interesting observation that I thought might be interesting to share with you folks. I guess that's one of the things I really like about nature observation, is that it's almost often like an investigation. Whether you're simply learning birds for the first time or learning plants, it's all about investigating the shape and look of things, putting them all together to find out what you're looking at. I meant to add there that after looking at the feather pile yesterday, I noticed a set of coyote tracks heading away from it. Coyotes are a fairly regular predator in the area, and at this time of year when snows get deep, they become a little more opportunistic because they're very hungry or starving in some cases, and any livestock or small livestock that is unprotected or not properly protected by the owners could potentially fall prey not only to coyotes but raccoons and foxes and fisher and things like that, weasels. So if you have livestock like that, especially small creatures like ducks and geese and chickens, you really need to house them in proper fenced in facilities.
Ideally also with a screened in top, because bird-eating hawks could also become predators on those livestock if they're able to handle them in a size fashion. Anyhow, just an interesting little observation I thought you might like to see and hear about. Now I've got to go and do my normal walk with Luna on Tuesday here, February 7th. It's -10 and clear, and it's supposed to be showering or raining and snowing at noon. Hard to believe right now, but